Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and today we'll be looking at one basic ass bitch. Every once in a great while, a video comes along that provides fodder for both juvenile escapades and thought-provoking analysis. The thought-provoking part doesn't come from any deep thinking the creator did. It's entirely accidental, and that's the case with today's topic. Steve Shives is mad. I know, that's not unusual. The guy has serious anger management issues, most likely stemming from a Napoleon complex. Some little guys are just always looking for a fight, which really seems to be the case with Steve's latest video. This time he's mad at people who are mad at Trump. They should be allies, at least in part, but apparently not being able to reach the top shelf has really made our little man hate everything.
The weirdest thing has been happening this week. People who previously were big supporters of Donald Trump, people who almost certainly voted for him themselves and who definitely told other people to vote for him, are starting to turn against him. Why? Because he's starting to threaten their own personal interests. Well, isn't that just terrible?
If you're lucky enough to be unfamiliar with Steve Shives, he's a basic bitch. If you're ever looking for the most simplistic way of examining a subject, check to see if Steve has a video on it, because you can be assured it will be presented in the most basic way possible. Nuance doesn't exist in Steve's world. Everything is black and white. And the white is always evil, especially if it's white and male and even slightly conservative. Steve recently told us people who disagree with him are Nazis, Nazi supporters, or Nazi sympathizers.
There's another point to this too that I've brought up, I think once or twice in videos before, and I know I've discussed it with people in private conversations. I think a lot of people on what I guess we could call the other side of this, the sort of anti-feminist, anti-social justice, pro-Nazi, which I think we have to say now, pro-Nazi side, or at least a Nazi water-carrying, Nazi apologist side.
See, 100% pure basic bitch. Steve is incapable of logical thought, which is why even when somebody might agree with him, Steve still isn't happy. A basic bitch is never happy. This video is a prime example of just how basic this ferret-looking motherfucker is. He's going to give us two examples here, and we'll go through each, but keep in mind that his basic premise here is that it's wrong to ever disagree with somebody you may have supported. I'll also remind everybody that I did not vote for Trump. Between our two choices, I'm glad he won, but I had enough problems with both candidates that I cast a protest vote.
The first such case that got a lot of public attention was that of Caitlyn Jenner, who was a Trump supporter during the campaign and up until a few days ago, as far as anyone knew. But then, when Trump's administration announced that it was going to be rolling back Obama-era protections for trans folks, all of a sudden, Caitlyn Jenner came out and said, "This is just a terrible disappointment. I don't believe that Donald Trump would do this. He promised me that he would be a supporter for transgender rights and equality. This is just a terrible disappointment. Hey, President Trump, call me. Tell me what's going on."
Yes, Jenner did release a short video expressing disappointment in Trump's reversal of the Obama-era transgender bathroom rules. What Jenner did not do is completely write off Trump.
"I can't believe this. I was just so sure that Donald Trump was going to be a fearless, tireless champion of the rights of trans people. I don't understand this. Is this the same Donald Trump? Are you sure it's the same Donald Trump we're talking about?" How fucking willfully oblivious do you have to be surprised by this? And how selfish do you have to have that be the last straw?
It is kind of surprising that somebody so simplistic as you cannot understand the simple concept like all politics is local. What that very old expression means is that everybody votes or supports policies that they care about. Even you. You do not support anything that you would think would be bad for you. Even on matters that don't directly affect you, you still support candidates and policies that you like. Here, let me try to translate this into basic bitch language so you can understand. You don't support anything you don't support.
That's the bit where you finally say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't support this Trump thing anymore." If he's going to start threatening people like me, well, then I just can't support that.
Jenner did not say he can't support Trump at all anymore. He didn't declare him a Nazi. Jenner has an issue with this policy. Not everybody sees things in black and evil white, Steve. You don't have to agree with Trump 100% or you should have voted for Hillary. It is possible, Probable even that everyone who voted for Trump will disagree with him at some point and still think he was a better choice than Hillary. Now, I understand you run in feminist circles where a united front must be maintained at all times, but that's not really how the world works. In the adult world, sometimes you have to call bullshit on people you support in general. Your childish inability to question people and ideas on your side is just one of the many signs that you are, in fact, a very basic bitch.
There was another instance that happened just recently from a fellow YouTuber of mine, unfortunately, a professional shithead, a professional cyberbully, someone who is a racist and a misogynist and a rape apologist and just generally a huge, gigantic, intolerant, obnoxious piece of shit.
Steve is also a giant pussy, so he's not going to name names here. He's talking about the amazing atheist.
Who told people to vote for Trump? Who told people to say, yeah, vote for Trump, burn the system, fuck the system, vote Trump, fuck Hillary, let's send a message, you know? And for the first month or so of Trump's administration, as he has gone out of his way to fuck immigrants and fuck refugees.
Fuck immigrants and fuck refugees. Not just to fuck them, Trump went out of his way to fuck them. Like the case of Guadalupe Garcia, who was ordered to be deported back in 2009 because she committed Social Security fraud. 8 years later, we finally booted her out of the country. Let's forget that being an illegal allowed her to escape justice for her crime. That she was allowed to live freely, though any legal resident would have been in fucking prison. Donald just had a huge hard-on and needed relief, so he found himself an immigrant to fuck. God, you're an asshole.
And he has made repeated statements that have been dismissive or derogatory toward black folks.
Now you're just making shit up.
He has a whole history of racism. He has a whole history of sexism and misogyny. He has a whole history of rape apologetics. He has an entire public history going back 40 years of being a huge fucking intolerant, ignorant, self-aggrandizing asshole.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Until he ran for president, nobody was calling him a racist or a sexist or any other ist for decades. It wasn't until he ran for president as a Republican that he suddenly became a Negro-hating, pussy-grabbing Nazi. It's almost as though people like you didn't care until it affected you.
None of that was enough to turn these anti-SJW YouTube shitheads against Trump. They were all for him up until the point when this week his administration said they were going to start cracking down on recreational marijuana use. Uh-oh, he's fucking with my buzz.
That's a drastic oversimplification of what Sean Spicer said, but of the moronic shit you've said so far, this is the least moronic. I'm only stopping here to point out that while I agree with legalizing marijuana, it is still against federal law to use it. Every president has the duty to uphold the law of the land, like immigration laws and, yes, drug laws, whether we disagree with them or not.
Fuck Trump. If he's going to start fucking with my buzz, well then to hell with Trump. Let's throw Molotov cocktails. Let's riot in the streets. If he's going to fuck with my buzz, then I'm sorry. I'm off. I can't support Trump after that. The moment that he starts to threaten to inconvenience them, all of a sudden it's, oh, this is intolerable. This is tyranny. We have to fight this.
I watched TJ's video and I think he goes way too far on this. He is ready to join the SJWs over pot legalization, to stand against everything Trump does over this one issue. That is some Shives level logic right there. However, this is not just an inconvenience we're talking about. We're literally talking about possibly getting raped in prison over weed. TJ having to move to a different state to legally smoke, which he did, is an inconvenience. Getting literally fucked in the ass over it while serving 5 years in a penitentiary is beyond an inconvenience, you simplistic cunt.
We have to fight this. When he's fucking other people, oh, hey, he's just triggering snowflakes. He's just triggering these precious little snowflakes by threatening to revoke their health care or their ability to live and exist freely in public spaces or their basic fundamental civil rights.
It's so funny he put these two together. Basic civil rights and Obamacare. Obamacare burdened us all with original sin. Merely existing is a crime. If you take no action, you're breaking the law and will be fined. You have to purchase health insurance to absolve yourself of the guilt of being born in America. You want to talk about a violation of basic civil rights? Go fuck yourself.
But as soon as the fire from that burning system starts to get a little too close for comfort, all of a sudden, oh, we can't support this. This is outrageous. Fuck you. That is my message to all of these people, these Johnny-come-latelys, who are all of a sudden realizing that maybe Trump isn't such a great guy, and maybe Trump should be protested and resisted because now he's starting to threaten their shit. Fuck you forever.
We're not going to watch anymore. Partially because he just spends the rest of the video showing how manly he can be by repeatedly saying fuck you to people he's too cowardly to name, and partially because I can't stand looking at his far too moist lips any longer. That is so fucking gross, dude. Wipe your damn mouth. But this is enough to show just how basic a bitch Steve really is and how basic social justice and feminism are. It is all or nothing. In the case of Bruce Caitlyn Jenner, there's a disagreement with Trump on one issue. That's it. Bruce Caitlyn didn't say fuck Trump the way TJ did. But in basic bitch land, any disagreement means you have to hate that person. You can't support anything they do. They're a Nazi now. In the case of the Amazing Atheist, you have someone now willing to join your fight against Trump, to burn shit and riot in the streets. But since he used to disagree, fuck him forever. It's childish, it's moronic, and it's about as basic a bitch as you can be, Steve. That's going to do it for this ferret-looking basic bitch motherfucker, but I do want to mention a couple of other things that are entirely unrelated to the rest of this. If you're not interested in personal things, now is the time to click on one of my videos you see in your recommendations. Thank you so much for watching. For the rest of you, if you've been paying attention, you've noticed I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. This is not going to become a live stream channel. I will still be making videos in addition to streaming. It's just been a very painful week and streaming is a lot easier on me. Many of you have asked me about my health. I'm not going to get into it right now other than to say I had an extensive MRI the other day and I see my doctor on Wednesday for the results. Hopefully I'll get an answer then. Okay, that's going to wrap up this one, guys. Don't forget to follow me on social media. If you enjoy what I do here, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter or supporting this channel through a purchase at the Monkey Store. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I will see you next time.
Now he's starting to threaten their shit. Fuck you forever.
Your life makes me sad.